You might remember Lance Armstrong's win in the 1993 World Championships in Oslo as the youngest world champion ever. But did you know that way back in 1934 there was an even younger winner? Armstrong was 21 years and 345 days old when he raised his arms on that rainy day. But Belgian rider Karel Kars was only 20 years and 76 days old when he won from a small group in Leipzig. In this video we'll go through some of the most exciting World Championship road race wins, ranking from the youngest to the oldest winners. First up, we go to another American, and his win when he was only 22 years and 70 days old. Greg LeMond is a legend of the sport. He showcased his time trialing prowess in 1983 in Switzerland, the 50th World Championship ever, beating the likes of Mathieu van der Poel and Stephen Roche on a hilly course. He raised his arms after just 7 hours of racing. However, at just 8 days older when he won, arguably the greatest cyclist of all time took his first rainbow jersey. Eddy Merckx won in 1967 in the Netherlands after a closely contested sprint finish. It was in this rainbow jersey that Eddy Merckx would take his first Grand Tour win the following season. Do you want to dress like a world champion? Friends of the channel and the paid partner of today's video, Siroko, are having their biggest sale yet. You can save up to 15% when you use the code TSL at checkout. And I've been using Siroko for over 7 years now, and the cycling kit, I can't recommend it enough. Whether you're looking for cycling socks, for bibs, for sunglasses, over 7 years this brand has grown so much, and right now for the next 48 hours you can save a whopping 15% extra on the sale. All you have to use is the code TSL at checkout down below. Whether it's sunglasses, it's bibs, it's jerseys, it's socks. Honestly, I've got so many pairs of these, I can only recommend them for you. Click them down below if you want to upgrade your cycling kit. There's never been a better time than for the next 48 hours. Save an extra 15% using the code TSL. Now back to the video. Another Belgian prodigy who won his first rainbow jersey at the age of 22 is none other than Remco Evenepoel. In true Eddy Merckx style, he soloed off the front, riding everyone off his wheel for 25 kilometers to win by over 2 minutes. Subsequently, Remco Evenepoel has just gone on to win another 2 gold medals at the Olympics. Safe to say that he could be on GOAT trajectory. Winning at 22 is not a common occurrence. Most winners peak in their golden years around 25 to 30 years old. In this group of talented cyclists are the likes of Peter Sagan, who bedazzled the cycling world for 3 years straight between 2015 and 2017 when he won in Richmond, Doha and Bergen. The solo attack in Richmond is very memorable, leaving the likes of Greg van Avermaet behind up 23rd Street, then following that up with the aero tuck while pedaling on the descent. When Sagan stood atop of the podium for the first time, he was just 25 years old and 244 days. If you want to see the full story of how Peter Sagan won 3 World Championships in a row, you can click the link up above right now to watch a more in-depth video on this topic.
Richmond, Doha and Bergen. These may be 3 random cities to you, but they created a legend. One rider achieved what no one else has done before, winning 3 World Championships back to back to back.
Winning on home roads at the age of 28 years old was legendary puncher Alessandro Ballan. Italy put on a tactical masterclass, Cunego, Ballan and Rebellin taking turns to attack the front group. Eventually it was the electric attack of Ballan that stuck. The home crowd's going wild and the adrenaline was driving him home.
And they can see the colour of blue. He's leading and it is Ballan. Ballan of Italy, the man that is leading. Now is this the decisive move.
Arguably one of the best team performances in a World Championship road race, as the Italians took home 1, 2 and 4th place in Varese.
To be the world champion, he's celebrating, he's got it, here he comes, champion of the world, he's going to be Alessandro Ballan. The professional rides on the Lamprey team, he's starting the celebrations, here he comes, Ballan is the champion of the world, and who's going to get second? Oh, on the line, Cunego gets second, and Breschel of Denmark third.
Other riders who've had the pleasure of winning at 28 years old were the likes of Julian Alaphilippe and Mathieu van der Poel. It's no surprise that if you average out the participation age of cyclists in the Worlds over the last 10 years, it roughly comes out to the age of 28 years old. The year after, it was Cadel Evans at the age of 32 in Switzerland who stole the top spot on the podium. He attacks up the final hill when the other riders are looking at each other, and he makes the attack stick.
It had to come there. It's his only chance to open a gap and then hang on. Cadel Evans is racing for goal now. The man that a lot of people say never attacks, well, eat your words.
Dropping topping the likes of Fabian Cancellara, Joaquim Rodriguez and Alexander Kolobnev. While Cadel Evans is Australian, he lives and trains in Switzerland, near this exact area. It couldn't have been a better course for the eventual Tour de France winner.
Now he can enjoy the occasion. The crowd salute Australia, and how fitting is that? Next year these championships go home and Cadel Evans will be in the rainbow jersey.
He kisses his necklace as he crosses the line. Understated as always is Cadel Evans. On the other side of the spectrum is the eccentric Cipollini, famous for riding stages topless, flexing his biceps and his abs. And when he wasn't busy suntanning on the bike, he had a ferocious kick in a sprint, one he'd take advantage of at the age of 35 in Belgium. Given the perfect lead up by the Italian teammates, he beat the likes of Erik Sabel and Robbie McEwen.
Verdensmester, Cipollini verdensmester år 2000 for McEwen.
Going all the way back to 1955, also at the age of 35, Stan Oakers won by over a minute in Italy. Riding on what looks like dirt tracks, grinding the gears up the hill, Stan attacked away and held off the peloton. Absolutely iconic scenes. And speaking of iconic scenes, the second oldest winner of all time is none other than Alejandro Valverde, who comes second in his first World Championship back in 2003. He'd have to wait a whopping 15 years before he could take the coveted rainbow jersey for himself. The 2018 World Course was created to be the most difficult course of all time, with several laps of the grueling mountain climb finishing that last lap up the hell climb, one of which I've personally ridden, and I can tell you it's proper tough. While we at the channel love Valverde, he's a controversial character as he's won at the age of 38, coming up through the cycling ranks in the doping era, racing the likes of Lance Armstrong. Valverde has been around the block, and he did serve a 2-year doping sentence for the use of EPO. Going up the hell climb, France tried to put everyone under pressure. Despite attacks from Michael Woods, they couldn't drop Valverde. As it became clear the race would end in a sprint, Valverde was forced to the front and kept looking back over his shoulder. In a performance of pure power, Valverde led the sprint all the way to the line, and Bardet and Woods couldn't get close.
And Valverde's holding on. Oh my goodness, Valverde's done it. He's a world champion. That is unbelievable. That is incredible. Valverde holds them all off from distance. Bardet takes a silver.
In many articles that came after Valverde's incredible win, his age was mentioned a lot, but alongside that was the name of the actual oldest winner of all time. At 38 years and 272 days old, Joop Zoetemelk, the infamous climber and Tour de France legend, won the UCI Road Race World Championship in Italy, beating Greg LeMond by just 3 seconds, and beating Valverde by 114 days. What was a record-breaking win was also a thrilling race. Attack after attack by the likes of Steven Roche, Greg LeMond and Kim Andersen. It wasn't until the final kilometers that Zoetemelk made his crucial attack. Once he went up the road, the other riders started looking at each other and he was gone. A rider famous for coming second 6 times in the Tour de France finally got his revenge and took the rainbow jersey. If you enjoyed this video, please consider clicking the like button down below, and if you want to stay up to date on all our other videos, you can also consider subscribing. Thank you for watching and see you next time.